I welcome you to Saturday edition of Bystanders at Mistance on Flip TV. Of course, it's still Michael keeping it real with you, with our reviewers and viewers across the globe. What are we saying today? Very, very essential story here. This is one of the stories we'll be deliberating on today. Of course, I met my reviewers, deliberating on this. And I said, this is what we must talk about today. I know you viewers also must have read or seen the story. I don't believe in Buhari's government. That's what Osinbajo is saying, says president. Doesn't have listening ear. I don't believe in Buhari's government, says Osinbajo, says president doesn't have listening ear. MPF Arewa Youth Afenifere insists Nigeria not safer. Nation still struggling with security issues, says Ejiofor. And the major story we'll be talking about today is right here on the front page of this journal with a picture. Buhari Osinbajo orders honor fallen heroes as doves refuse to fly. Wow. Buhari Osinbajo orders honor fallen heroes as doves refuse to fly. Quickly to what the picture is illustrating here, President Muhammadu Buhari lays wreath during the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration at the National Arcade, Eagle Square, Abuja. On to the next one on COVID-19. Nigeria can't afford Pfizer Moderna vaccines. Nigeria can't afford Pfizer vaccines, say GMD NARD. Everybody can't be vaccinated now. NAFDAC threats over fake vaccines in circulation. Global deaths past 2 million, and we have Buhari vows to improve security welfare of the Nigerian military. On to the next one, which is on top of the paper. 29 die in auto crashes in Kogi, Edo. 29 die in auto crashes in Kogi, Edo. Residents flee Ibadan communities as hoodlums killed 2 in reprisal. And these are the stories we have on the front page of the Saturday Telegraph. Quickly to our reviewers for more topical analysis on this story. Let's join them. I will be back in a jiffy.
I work with Everton Properties Limited, a real estate development and marketing company. And in year 2020, which is the end of the year, we are running a promo. We call it end of the year promo, New Year and Christmas promo, where we are giving out a special discount for a special people, when we are giving a special gift for a special client. Now, Everton Properties Limited, we are saying that you can pay 25,000 naira initial deposit and journey to a new year, new home just began. At Everton Properties Limited, we don't just sell property, we sell peace of mind. Everton, creating value. Use promo code FLIPTV and enjoy special gift and special discount for Xmas promo with Everton Properties Limited. Thank you.
I'm glad to tell you that after a long while, Chigozie has been away. The Chigozie himself is back adding himself. Chigozie, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mike. Happy New Year to everyone.
All right, I wish you the same. You're welcome.
It's been a nice time staying away from Lagos.
Wow.
Staying away from the hold-ups and all the busy region of the Lagos state. So I thank God for bringing me back home.
Can you recount some of your experiences there?
Yeah, the experience has been so exciting. You can see the serenity of the environment. It's the most peaceful environment on the surface of the earth. I mean, the eastern heartland, Imo State. Notwithstanding what is happening, I'm not happy with the level of development going on over there. You can see that most of the constructions and projects has been media promulgated, media making media noise and all that. When you get down to the grassroots, you see that there is great absence of federal presence recorded. So, and the state, of course, is not doing much as expected. So, there is more to be done. And I believe we continue to speak out until the right thing is being done by the right people.
All right, thank you so much, Chigozie. But quickly to the talk of the town at this moment, talking about the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Those refused to fly. What does that connote?
Of course, it is glaring that it has been written over this nation, Mene Mene Teke Ofasin. The government of this present administration has been rejected by not just Nigerians, by even animals. You can see the bird refused to fly, even when it was forced to do so, contrary to his own will. You see, you can see the music of revolution going on, not even just within human interface. Even the dead armed forces, the spirits of the dead armed forces are not happy with the Nigerian state. You can see even the birds, which symbolizes peace and liberty, refuse to fly. An indication is a bad omen that things are no longer at ease in Nigeria. For the first time, this type of situation is found happening in Nigeria. And Buhari seems to be, the so-called Buhari seems to be unhappy. He was saddened by that. He should accept his fate. And even the birds are now against him. They are not happy with him. Then what will you hold me accountable for that? Am I responsible why the bird could not fly? Because they are not happy with the system being within the Nigerian, the contraction called Nigeria. Because things are no longer, they are not feeling happy. Then you can understand the level of, horrible situation even the animals are passing through in the Nigerian state.
All right, thank you so much, Chigozie.
It's quite unfortunate.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Mr. Mike, I think the Dove, that is their own way of protesting. Because if you look at what Mr. President wanted to do yesterday, or what they did yesterday, the release of those birds signified peace. So for the birds refusing to fly, I think it signifies that there is no peace. So, and you take it or you leave it. Physically, we know there is no peace. But if you want to dramatize it by releasing the birds, and the birds say no, that we are not adhering to your mandate since there is no peace. I think what we hope on the government to do is to go back to the drawing board and bring about that peace. And you can only bring about that peace when you address all the numerous security challenges we have in this country. So you cannot deceive anybody. Like somebody responded on social media yesterday that even the bird understands the situation in Nigeria. And it has come to that level where the bird is not speaking by their body language. Because by the body language of those birds, they have spoken loudly that all is not well with Nigeria, that there is no peace. So, love of Mr. President, I think this should be a signal to him that there are things, pertinent things he needs to do.
And do you think that will touch him?
If you look at Mr. President's countenance yesterday, you know that it touched him. I don't know whether you watched that video, Mr. Mike. After Mr. President make so many failed efforts to allow the bird to fly, all efforts proved abortive. They ended up throwing all the window and doors of the cage open, forcing the birds whether they could fly. The two that eventually flew came back and landed perched on the cage. What does that tell you? They resisted all effort to force them to fly. That is they are tenacious. It tells you that they are resolute, that they didn't want to fly.
Like something is wrong.
They are spoken loudly by their body language that all is not well. That Mr. President should address the security challenges. That Mr. President should bring about peace in this country. That all the various security challenges we have in this country, ranging from Boko Haram, kidnapping, cattle rustling, name it, that Mr. Banditry and all of that Mr. President should address it. Is it not surprising that recently we are seeing drift of Fulani herdsmen into the southwestern states? So you see that we are even witnessing new trend of security threats that needs another dynamic to address. Recently, they arrested about 46 Fulani henchmen with sophisticated weapons, including AK-47, in Oyo State. We are still waiting for the authorities to brief the public on the outcome of the investigation regarding that arrest. So all is not well. What we are saying is, Mr. President should do the needful. Everybody has spoken loudly. Both religious leaders, traditional rulers, even Mr. President allies, his henchmen, his acolytes are already speaking.
What do you expect? Have you seen the paper by yourself? You know why I'm happy? By the time the paper release it, how many people watching paper? They watch even Flip TV than even this media, print media. You don't know. Have you watched it? You see the viewers, 20,000, 2 million, 1 million, 5 million. How many people watching all this printer media? Our president, I will call him my father. Our president has failed. That is what happened yesterday. My brothers in abroad, I know you listen to us very well. We tell you the truth. We give you all the truth and tell you all the truth. Our government are liars.
What does this symbolize in democracy?
Is to tell you that is not even Buhari standing there. No, number one, that is not Buhari standing there. It might be Jubri. You don't know. The indication of that is that the best are angry. If the best are angry, what do you expect the human being to do? That is indication that when they move, understand me? When they move, everybody was expecting clap. At the end, what happened? The bear came back again and said, "We are angry." Before that yesterday's ceremony, the retirees, are you aware the protests? There were protests everywhere. God didn't pay them. When they die today, the next week they get their family in barracks. You expect the PG to be happy? Is it the killing? Condolence, I said yesterday. The highest achievement of this Buhari is condolence every day. Is it kidnapping 300, or 600? Or killing 200? Or killing 200 in different states? Is that the PG? Do you think the PG will be happy? The PG here, God created the way, created human being. So, are you happy? Or am I happy? You think, hold on, if I was there, if I represent anybody, I will tell Buhari, we are not happy, sir. I will tell you the truth. That is what the PG cannot speak. The only speak, the PG speak, is to come back instead of going where they send it to go. He refused. It's a disgrace. It's a shame to our president. Now, I don't know why let's call president alone. It's a shame to this governor who are not working. Like our papa for Lagos State now, you only believe COVID-19, want to collect more money. It doesn't. Is it road? Is commissioning? Happy food? Or is it the money that they go tell all of them bring? That we are suffering now to them. They go to brought us some money. Look how much for bag of cement now. Using one way to collect the money for bag of cement.
Quite alright, it was an embarrassment to the president, but the question is, have we witnessed such scenario before?
No! When you were eating bag of rice, 7,500, the bears are happy. When you eat, you drop, the bear will chop. Yes, now. But when the bear cannot see it, bag of rice 30,000 naira, what do you expect the bear to do? If the bear is angry, what do you expect we to do? No, really. Say it. Look, let me tell you the truth. Water is angry. The trees are angry. The bears are angry. Animals are angry. Human beings are angry. Everybody is angry. So, automatically, Buhari, Osinbajo, all of them, look, let me tell you, they are planning way now to come back 2023. Let me tell you something. 2023, the youth will take over. All these bunch of old men, we don't need them. They are not doing well. That's why the base is angry. That's the topic of ground now. I'm very, very happy. You know what we said yesterday? Everybody is angry. You are angry. Are you happy? No, say it. Let me tell you something, Nigerians. Did you know how much they bring for NEPA bill yesterday? 150,000 naira. 150,000. How can you be happy? I told you yesterday my children went to box and brought their boss. I was watching them. They brought our school uniform. I I say, God, government should not open school now. Because why? I don't have school fees. By the time they spend 1 week there, you see their teacher will tell them, go and pay school fees. What you want me to collapse? No, say it. So please, Buhari, the bear are not happy. Woman beings are not happy. Please, education to tell you that. Please, resign. I know the senator, the House of Rep, they are the side of you too. They can't impeach you. But we already impeach you. You are not our president. Thank you.
The issue is that the government of the day are not listening to us. And that is what God is trying to tell them that. Because God can use anything to speak to a human being. God is using the pidgin now that has made for peace to speak to our government that what they are doing is not good. By not allowing the pigeon to fly. Because pigeon coming back to them is an indication that they have not done what is right. And there's no way things can work in that atmosphere because everything is showing that it's showing their grievances. Even the animals in the cage are showing their grievances. That the government of the day are not doing their best because they have failed us. Look at the insurgency. Those soldiers that were killed, they were killed in the mission. They went to rescue in the field where they are serving their country, and they were being killed, and the government did not do anything. Even their families are suffering now, and they don't care for their family. There's nothing done for their family. Now, how do you think that those families that are being left and that will be angry with you? I mean, will be happy with you when their husbands have been slaughtered by the insurgencies, by the bandits, by the Boko Harams. The government is supposed to protect them and not abandon them. It's unfair. Buhari, in fact, I don't know what to say because this government, right from the onset, they enter the office, they have not done anything. Now they are proving themselves that they are the best government. That this government's tenure is the best than 2015. How can you compare 2015 with at this present age? Now the budget they are using now, is it something with the budget of 2015? It's not. They have a larger budget and there's nothing to do with it. They are busy sharing the money, free themselves. The masses are suffering. They don't even care. What they are about is just to arrest people up and down. These governments, they are a failure. They need to go back and sit down, or they should resign honorably by themselves because they have failed us. Many of them are planning for 2023. I know God has a way of doing things, and God must surely vindicate. He must surely do the right thing because I know He is now raising the mind of people. He's bringing people together that there's nothing done on earth except you fight for your rights. And that's what God is trying to tell us now. That the youth are going to take over now.
It's always good to be here once more. And always keeping it real with you.
Always keeping it real, but the birds didn't keep it real with the president and the vice president.
The birds,
that's the doves, during the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. What went wrong?
Why would they keep it real with the president and the vice president when the president and the vice president have not fulfilled their promises? You want those birds, if they fly now to where, you want them to be kidnapped? No, yes now, because where would they fly to? The only safest place now in Nigeria is just Aso Rock. And now if those birds eventually fly now, what if on the way going Fulani men or all the people can kidnap them now and start requesting for ransom now? Who will bail them out?
Who will bail the birds?
Who will bail the birds out? And you are to fly to where now? If you are the one who really fly, me God save as an human like this, even if I was the one there, I would not fly because things are not flying here in Nigeria. It's a clear indication because the birds were like, okay, now if we fly now, there's no security in Nigeria. What if on the way now, Boko Haram kidnap us now? I need them to fly to where? It's a very bad omen for the president. It shows things are not, because now if those birds flew yesterday, it shows there is peace in the land. But now the president make sure he did everything just to make those birds fly. He even what had to enforce them to fly.
I salute the courage of those birds, honestly.
But the birds refused
They are more courageous than
to fly. Even the ones that even flew came back and said we go nowhere because the land is not safe, because the land is not safe. So now if they fly, Boko Haram kidnap them, who will now start paying ransom for the for the birds? Another budget again for Nigeria. So that is the safest place to be. It's a clear indication. It's a clear indication. And now I want the yesterday I want the birds refuse to fly. Buhari media aide said the birds like the president. That was why they refused to fly. You can see how stupid these people are. It was also and now I know this government like that this they are so baseless.
Chigo.
Honestly, Mr. I salute the courage of those birds. The birds knew already that their lives are at stake, but they never gave a dime. They said, we are not going to respond to this bloody demonic entity whose hand is soaked.
Soiled, right?
Yes, soiled with blood of innocents. Look at the armed forces. Well, what happens to their family after their demise?
What compensation?
What compensation has been given to them? You see, these birds has charged the way forward. I salute their courage. It is high time now Nigerian citizens to rise to the occasion rather than living in denial. Nobody wants to die. Everybody is afraid to die. Nobody wants to confront the third government and chart the way forward. But the birds are now leading the revolution. Now, the leader of this revolution are the birds, are the animals in the bushes. They have charted the way forward. The best way for Nigeria is revolution. They are no longer interested in what is happening in Nigeria. That's why they responded and expressed their grievances by responding to what they know best and what they are good at, flying. And they said this hand that is soiled with blood, we cannot agree with you. So Nigeria should lead and stand to defend their freedom. Otherwise, it's a forgone alternative.
The president was even bitter yesterday. If you look at his facial expression, it was angry.
He was angry.
He was very angry. At a point, he had to go back to his seat. He was so angry yesterday. The president, he was so angry because yesterday, what happened yesterday was a sign of bad omen.
But does it mean the birds they were brought to that place are not healthy or what?
Mr. Mike Adekunle, those birds.
Are they sick birds?
Those birds are not sick. Those birds might be also be hungry in the land again. You can see how lean.
Of course,
some of those birds are.
You know,
sorry. Let me.
Right.
It's not about hunger. The issue is this. Look at the data. And when I mean data, security situation of the country. Ndume, who is the House Committee Chairman on military, said only Maiduguri Cemetery is having over 800 Nigerian soldiers buried there, killed by Boko Haram. And under that scenario, you expect the bird to fly. And looking at what the birds signify, peace. And you are looking at Armed Forces Remembrance Day. What have you put in place to ensure that soldiers are not being killed carelessly, mercilessly, the same way their colleagues are being killed? Under that scenario, you don't expect the birds to fly. So they protested by their body language. And it's loud. That is it.
All right, thank you so much. All right, you have something to say, right? Yeah, quickly.
Well, I've overheard what people really mean. It tells you that in the land, when you have a leader, when the bird is not flying or is not soaring, it tells you the leader needs to go back to the drawing board by to checkmate himself, so that he will repent and say the truth. So that when the truth is being known, the bird will soar, and so even you don't need to touch the bird or touch the bird like this. He will speak the language that he has repented. Like today, I told God, Holy Spirit, forgive me for me grieving to you. But before I know what is going on, He restored me back with peace, and the confirmation came on board. This to tell you that when you have a leader that his quality does not match to what God wanted, such quality of a leader is not meant to be on seat. And once he sits out that seat, there is going to be a catastrophe in that society or in that community or in that nation. But it tells you that if a leader repented and sincerely worked for the people, it tells you that the bird will not only go to tell you that is a well-doing bird. It tells you that the nation that is well-doing is where the bird well-doing. The bird will always speak for the people. The bird representing the people, telling the people it is time for revolution. It is time for peace. It is time for unity. It is time for dignity. And it's time for the president as the head to change his way or else even God will be angry at him. Even at night, is God even angry at him because he uses the bird. The Bible says he uses the foolishness of this world to confirm that. He uses the foolishness to tell the president that the seat you are sitting on, you are not meant to sit, even though you sit on it and you are not doing well. But you need to change it. That's why the Bible, God had to send Isaiah to Ezekiel to put his hands in order. The word died, it doesn't mean to kill him. He tells him to change his ways and to put his ways in order. Thank you very much.
Audio Jungle.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of this program. Of course, our reviewers have said it all. They've really said things we needed to know. And of course, it's been a fun moment at the newsstand. I really appreciate you viewers for keeping in touch with us. Behind the camera, of course, you know, is Festus Oluwabukemi. I still remain Michael Adekunle. You can subscribe to our sister channel talking about Flip TV Plus. You can also join me on Facebook, Michael Timotaya Adekunle. Viewers across the globe, have a good weekend and stay safe. Bye.
Audio Jungle.